What's up, friends? Empress Dannie here, and welcome back for another episode of the Daily Grind. You already know I'm pouring you up a nice hot cup of joe. Going to get that day off to a bright and beautiful start. Let's check in for today's messages. I keep hearing the Lord's Prayer, okay? Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And it's really giving an energy of like reverence right now. So you may find yourself in a position where when it comes to others, you feel this energy of like reverence or respect towards them. You may be feeling this towards yourself or even notice others showing this towards you. This can also indicate that when it comes to like your connection spiritually, you are maybe taking it from what could be a little bit more of a serious perspective. Because when I think about things that are hallowed, they are sacred. And so I kind of feel like you could certainly be in a position where you're realizing something about your life, people in it, things like that are maybe far more sacred to you at this time. Okay. Initiation came in. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. This is intuition. Sorry. It definitely says intuition. But because I said initiation, y'all know it be having. So some of you, this could be your intuition could have you, this could be on a path or some aspect of your initiation maybe involves that. I think about if you talk about like initiation, right? Your intuition could be kind of like giving you insight to some aspect of initiation, but it gives like, if you think about it, right? The beginning of initiation would be like going to school, and the finishing of an initiation would be the aspect that becomes more solemn. If you think about taking an oath, right? That's when it becomes more serious, a bit more sacred, when you pledge, if you will, when you get to the point of commencement, walking through and taking what could certainly be like having that mantle placed on you. So I feel an energy that's somewhat like that, because anytime there is some sort of an initiation, even if you think about the initiation to what could be like becoming a part of like a certain faith, usually at the end of that there's some sort of ceremony that institutes a sacredness. Usually you cleanse, and there's like, I don't know, so there could be something significant about all white, but usually you cleanse, and whatever is taking place is something that is almost like in ritualistic fashion, that is somewhat intuitive, but you know that almost like the bond or the relationship is deepening because of this. So this could be something that's taking place in your relationship with others where again, it's maybe an indication of respect for you, for them, but the initiation or your intuition tells you that this is a form of initiation and not the beginning, but almost it's an indication of some form of graduation. Okay. I definitely feel like that's at hand in certain relationships. And some of you, like I said, you're seeing this spiritually. It has you, maybe you could be conquering some sort of fear, or it could be a demonstration of having conquered some sort of fear. Okay. Wake up call. Okay. Listen and take note. This can certainly indicate where spirit may be getting your attention, awakening you to some things, to the call, to the inner call, especially because we have intuition. The card that came out is communication. Speak up and be heard. So you could certainly be in a position. I don't know why I kind of get like you could be turning heads. This could also be others are getting your attention, but it feels as though there is an opportunity today where your intuition is going to either it's garnering you attention to speak, or intuitively you are led to perhaps give someone attention, and you are taking in what's being said. It makes me feel like whatever this is, there could be a private conversation. It could also be like information. I don't know why I'm kind of getting the energy of something that's under seal, something that's sealed. It's also giving like, I think about the sealing of a record. When you think about this could be like expunging of a criminal record. When a record is sealed, there could be something significant around that. But usually those records are not readily available like you have public records. So you could be in a position where you're receiving some sort of information that there is not available publicly, okay? Whether this is from a person, whether it's from an entity, but either way, it feels like your intuition is in some way speaking. You could be speaking about something like this. I see children here at the bottom of this deck, and the doctor's card came out, okay? To show you this card. So this could certainly be something having to do with bringing something to your attention concerning children. This could be healing children. This could certainly be, I think about a doctor, before he does anything, he usually examines. He usually tests, if you will. And so I feel as though intuitively you could be led to someone else, or they could be led to you to examine or to test, okay? Children simply speaks to new. They may be new to something. They may be new to you. You may be new to them. And so intuitively, there could be some sort of communication that tests or that examines this space of newness. Either way, I see the trio here at the bottom of the deck. I feel if this is spirit-led, this is going to be somewhat of an easy conversation to get through, somewhat of a light-hearted conversation to have. It doesn't feel like it's going to be difficult, because I feel like Spirit is going to basically put things together. Spirit is going to be doing the assembly or orchestrating the assembly. And so you're not going to have to worry about putting together all the pieces. Some of you could be doing this over drinks. I see the page of drinks here. That's usually, I don't know why that's kind of giving what could be like an offer. Want to go grab some coffee. This could also be someone offering you that, right? It's kind of giving like pay it forward, if you will, when you go to get what could be like your morning coffee, or if you go have a drink, something of that nature. So someone could be offering, they could be asking, they could simply be giving or gesturing. I see the link is the card that comes out, okay? So I feel if something maybe starts simple like that, then I feel like there is a connection or a link, okay? Whatever this is, though, it feels as though what could be the communication or intuition, perhaps, is going to what feels like lighten the energy, perhaps once the connection is made in whatever this is, okay? It feels like taking a load off. If you think about, obviously, dealing in moderation, right? But if you think about when you have a drink, right, it can take the pressure off because of the fact that it's giving you this connection, if you will, to this heightened vibration or endorphins. Then sometimes it can be easier, if you will, to kind of like to connect. It's giving like, social settings where a person might ordinarily be nervous. And I would imagine, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I would imagine that coffee has a similar effect, right? where when you have a cup of coffee, because of that caffeine as it gets working through the system, I think about people who drink coffee before they've had their coffee, not so inclined to connect. It's almost like intuition knows maybe it's not time, right? You need some coffee, right? It'll get your attention. Whereas after there's coffee, right, it's like you're awful perky, right? You must have had your coffee, right? So I'm kind of getting there's something that is acting as that may be offered or gestured, whether you are doing it or whether someone is offering or gesturing it to you. It feels like something simple that will maybe inspire or lighten some aspect of the connection, okay? All right. Earthworm is at the bottom of the deck for our animal cards, and the card that we have that came out is the fire ant, okay? I'll be honest, we'll have to see in the Patreon. Some of you join us on Patreon. We'll have to see there and dig deeper as to how fire ant breaks down in these particular messages, because that can be somewhat of a complex energy. It can be indicating of a problem or an issue. It can also be indicating of getting to the end of, the center of, or resolving some sort of problem or issue. So we're going to find out more in the Patreon. I hope that you guys will join us there. It's linked below. We're going to get our extended tarot messages. We'll also find out more about these final cards that I'm pulling now, as we dig a little bit deeper into the energy of today. You can also check us out on Spotify in order to get some additional messages. I find that when I switch platforms, the messages actually do evolve a bit. Perhaps it's because of the evolution of the viewer from one platform to the next. So be sure our Spotify is connected to Patreon, so you can reach those messages through there. Either way, stay connected. I love you guys. Like, share, subscribe, and we will talk again soon. Bye for now.